All right, folks, welcome to High Octane Radio, the show that probably won't be aired. We'll record it, but I won't post it. Joined by Scotty Wood. We have several people that are iffy, been iffy for like 3 months now when we've been trying to get this going. Obviously, it's RP deadline night, though. And because everybody puts off shit, it's a lot of people are finishing their role plays up as of within the last 2 hours. So it is what it is. I know Max is going to try to get on here, maybe Townsend.
What
Mike,
the fuck?
I talked to Mike earlier, what?
Yeah, another black guy quote in Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, I know. He was at ringside, but...
Oh, that's right. I thought
it
it
is
was Monty Brown.
Black History Month, and WWE is recognizing it. By the way, they are blatantly ripping off Christopher America's storyline. I'm just going to leave it at that, but... Alright, tonight, the main thing about the show is we want to go over pretty much what we went over in the staff meeting. We'll give you guys the stripped-down version of it and just give you guys as much info as we can give without giving away some of the surprises that will be contained on each day that we're going to be doing stuff on. The other thing is we want to talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing site-wise, roster-wise, and all that good stuff. But before we get going, it's welcome back, Scotty, from the hospital. Hope you're feeling decent, as well as I know you can be, but
Yeah.
a lot of people have been asking what happened, this and that. I always say it's not my place. Is there anything you want to say to the peeps that have been showing you a lot of love lately?
I'll try and give a shortened version that doesn't give too much detail, but I collided with a player during a hockey game I was refereeing, and didn't know it at the time. I stayed on my feet, everything, finished the game, went to the bar, and got a splitting migraine headache. Apparently I think I had gotten a concussion during the collision. So we left the bar to try and get me like some pain meds or something, like some Tylenol. And got back to girlfriend's place and just vomited. Tried to sleep it off. I thought maybe it's a bad headache, maybe I'm just sick or something, dehydrated. Woke up next morning still the same, and so I went to the hospital, and they CAT scanned me at the first hospital and said, we're taking you to Hartford Hospital, about 20-30 minutes away. So rode in the ambulance to Hartford Hospital, got MRI, and they said there was something enlarged in my head, or something.
Yeah, not your brain. Let's get that straight. 'Cause your brain is quite small. Well, I got to ask this, though.
Yeah. Good.
Bottom line is, are you going to be 100% moving forward? That's the main question I've been getting.
I still have to go back in a couple months and have another MRI and check up on something to see what's exactly going on still. There's still some questions.
What percentage do you think you're at right now?
I'm probably at like 60% right now.
And that's one thing.
75 maybe. Like I can't drive yet still. I'm not supposed to get excited.
Girlfriend's gotta love that one.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
about obviously computer typing? That's off limits right now a little bit, right?
As long as I'm not stressed out, that's just the main thing. They don't want me stressing. So I'm like I said, I'm gonna try and write the LSD title match tomorrow. See how that goes.
Try and go early. That way I know, and I can shoot it off to Townsend, who was originally supposed to have it. If you find it like it's a struggle, we'll just move forward.
Yeah. So I want to stay away from RPing just for the moment, because that's probably the most stressful thing I do writing wise. Matches aren't really that difficult because I just write them and I don't really have to worry about, how's this going to go over? How's this going to... Oh, if I spelled something wrong, no big deal, but...
No, because you do that anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, right now I'm just sort of trying to recuperate. I have a about 6 inch U shaped gash on my head where they cut me open, um, along with a couple other little cuts on my head. So
As long as they put the HOW logo in your head, we'll be good.
yeah. I tried to get the doctor to do that, but
I mean, if they're gonna do that much cutting, you might as well make a little hardcore artist out of it, right?
I know. Give me like an anarchy symbol or something.
Hey, there you go.
But,
So yeah, Scotty Wood's under the weather. But
but
we just keep people updated. They don't need to know everything, obviously.
no,
Yeah,
yeah. Essentially, I got a concussion, and it triggered
just
something in my head.
yeah, and we got follow up tests, a little bit
Yeah,
of surgery,
yeah.
everything get cleaned up, and then
Had brain surgery.
yeah, there you go. Nothing serious. We're good. Just
Yeah, no,
cutting in the top of the head. No big deal. But all right, so you know, obviously it's not my place to give updates like that. So we got that out of the way. So let's
yeah,
move on to more and less depressing.
exactly.
And then Scotty having a 12-inch Defiance labeled drill bit going into your head, which is just torture.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Actually, if it was Defiance, it just wouldn't show up. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, it would take 2 or 3 weeks to happen, and
Yeah,
it would.
exactly. Yeah, and then it would be half-assed, and they wouldn't even know it.
I had the HOW of surgeons taking care of me, so
All you need is a little Bob Jared chest hair, and you'll be all right.
yeah, exactly.
All right. So obviously, with that said, let's kind of half-ass segue into some HOW stuff here. All
Yeah.
seriously, we hope Scotty gets better, but it's something that it's a little more important than what we're doing. But we do what we do. The machine goes on. Everybody at some point has something come up. Unfortunately, some are more serious than others. So, but with that said, Scotty Wood will not be wrestling David Black. Safe to say.
Nah.
On February 25th. I see you already gave Black his 3 points.
Yeah.
Dickhead.
Well, I had already said
I know. So we got Black. Let's go right into it. We only have, after tomorrow night's Mayhem, we have one more show of Group Stage.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow night, obviously, we got FaZe versus Fury, LSD title match. Also, the winner, pretty much FaZe needs a win. Needs a win.
He has to win.
Need and has to is pretty much the same.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with that. And then it comes down to, obviously, FaZe and Keller.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
So wild card his way in, but...
He could.
Too, yeah.
But there's a lot of people that have...
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it, Diamond's going to get 3 points.
Against,
Tara, he might have... Well, yeah, unless Tara showed up. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't really been checking that.
So, you got him. He's probably going to have 8 after starting out with a loss. So,
wow.
Good stuff by him.
Yeah. Tara did RP.
She did, okay. I know what's going on with her OC-wise, so she didn't want to be pulled out. She's going to try to power through. But she'll be okay moving forward. It's kind of complicated. That's another one I can't go into unless the handler decides to discuss it. Never my place to give everybody updates on other people's personal lives. I just have always made it a point for me to make sure I'm involved in other people's personal lives as much as I can be through the internet and whatnot, and texting and on the phone. Just because it helps with the hobby, but also because, let's face it, we've been talking like every day for the last 5-6 years, so you kind of get to know somebody, even if you've never met them. So, although I've never talked to Tara too much, we've had her on the horror like once or twice, enough that we talked offline to know that, it's not my place to say what's going on with her. So she's going to beat Diamond if she shows up, because Diamond sucks dick. And he's been trash talking the Best Alliance. So if she shows up, she'll beat Diamond. Did LaRue show up? He's struggling with the whole match relevance part of his role playing. So I'm curious to see how if he does role play.
I don't see anything from him yet.
He's good for one. He might get one up, but we'll see. America coming on. America gets a win there. That's 3 points for him. That's going to be tough for him to get a wild card with only 5 points, though. So,
does he have a match next week, though?
Oh, he does. He's got Stevens. He's got
Stevens
Stevens because it's 1 versus 2 next week.
Yeah.
All the matchups are 1 versus 2 except for Michaels and Psycho Sam, which she should get that one. So Tara could get possibly 6 more points, which would bring her up to 4. Which ain't going to do it.
She would tie with Diamond. So if she beats Diamond, it would get tough to get a wild card.
You're going to have FaZe or Keller is going to be your wild card. Or possibly Stevens. Or Danucci. Danucci or Max. Yeah, let's go. We're getting way ahead of ourselves.
There's a lot of scenarios.
Yeah, there is. And that's what you want. At the end of the LBI, you just want a lot of possibilities. So you got America, LaRue. America going to win. Michaels and Diamond. Tara's going to win. Kale and Danucci. Danucci's going to win. Duh. FaZe and Fury. Fury's going to win. Good, solid card, though. Last week was the card where I pitted, like, the middle of the pack of the group, the bottom of the groups.
Yeah.
I knew when I booked it that was going to be the show. If we had any problems, that would be that show.
Mm.
And it was. But let's face it, the main event, I told Mike what to do. Mike wrote it, saved the show, and also because of the segments that I knew was going to happen, it didn't really matter that we had 4 shit matches. It didn't feel like a 4 shitty match show, you know what I mean? It was still entertaining. This week, you got a title match, and you got, obviously, Kale Danucci. That one's the big boy match. Because let's face it, in the Lee Best group, it's come down to 2 people. You got Kale with 9, Danucci with 5. Danucci beats Kale. They both have 8, and Danucci wins the group courtesy of the head-to-head tiebreaker. So Danucci would win the Lee Best group and advance along with Sector and David Black, who've already advanced. And I said already twice, so that's awesome. So we'd have 3 out of the 4 group winners. Kale or Danucci, which will be Danucci, Sector, and David Black.
And you could have Keller clinching it if FaZe loses.
Yes, and that's the next point. FaZe does, in fact, lose to Fury like we think he will. It's not official because the Keller could no-show.
Yeah.
But
these are all, of course, if
pending everybody shows up.
Shows.
Now, if Keller shows up next week and gets 1 role play up, he advances. If FaZe lose, so it all comes down to I haven't seen a no-show from Keller. I haven't even seen a hint of him no-showing.
Yeah,
so.
he's been pretty machine-like and very involved, OOC-wise. So.
Yeah, so I am not too worried about him. So tomorrow night, it's all about, pretty much for me, on a personal level, is A, can Fury win the LSD title from FaZe, who just came back for this LBI and won the LSD title. Awesome shit. And who will win my group, Kale or Danucci? That's the 2 big ones, and then obviously... And by the way, fuck everybody. Fuck all you. You guys all suck royal cock for only 3 people being signed up for segments. Even if everybody fills up the segments right now, that doesn't give anybody any help in terms of prepping for their segment. They don't know who they're following. They don't know who's ahead of them. They don't know shit because you guys are all a bunch of lazy, procrastinating fucking douchebags. Hey, if you don't have a match, do a segment. How about that? Is that hard? You want to get over and do a fucking segment. I haven't seen a segment from LaRue. I haven't seen a segment from half these people. Douchebags. But hey, I want to make sure we have a whore. Let's do a whore. Why aren't we doing a whore? Do a fucking segment, assholes. Just saying. You want all this bonus shit, but you can't even do a fucking segment. We haven't filled up the outline in like 3 weeks in terms of full segments.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
We didn't fill it up last week. We didn't fill up the week before that, so fuck off. But, no but. But I want a whore. Why can't we have a whore? I was in the hospital, so. Why can't we have a whore? I want a whore. Here's your fucking whore. I'm calling you out for being douchebags. But I digress. Because more than likely we'll get 3, 4 segments signed up, or people will just submit it, and we'll still have an entertaining show, and it'll probably be shorter on the scroll bar than usual, but it'll still be a full show. This might be a show where the matches carry it.
Could be, yeah.
So we'll see. And the show is taking place where, Scotty?
It is taking place at the NOS Energy Center in Manchester, New Hampshire.
I like how you said the Chester.
Who actually they just lost to the Whale tonight. Manchester Monarchs.
Monarchs. I
Yeah.
love minor league sports. They got the greatest nicknames. Why did... Alright, I'm getting off the topic here. Alright, so...
Yeah.
That's tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, hashtag 236, by the way.
236th show.
Oh, ding, ding, ding. We have a winner, Johnny! And breaking news for all you fags that are trying to procrastinate and do your roleplay here with less than 2 hours left. And you still haven't signed up for a segment. I'm sure everybody will sign up for a segment after they finish their shitty second roleplay, but I digress. What do you think show 250 is going to be?
War games?
War games.
Wow, that's interesting how that works out.
Oh, it was beautiful. Me and my little handy doodle 97 colored calendar. We went through it and mapped it out. Show 250, Sweet. June 9th.
June 9th.
Yes. Show 250 of this era of HOW. Or total.
June 9th, 2013. War Games 2013.
I was going to wait till March of Glory to announce the location. Should I announce it now? I'll wait.
Yeah.
I'll wait till I got Mike working on a banner, so I'll wait. Wait till we have the
Speaking
banner.
of, I was working because I was bored today.
No.
I was working on a banner for another pay-per-view this year.
Rumble at the Rock,
Rumble
I bet.
at the Rock
6.
6.
It's the 6th one already? Damn.
Yeah. I do have to say, I like what I did so far.
Let me see it. I'll look at it at the break. Shoot me the
Okay.
link. So yeah, 236 show tomorrow night. Should be good. Should be good in terms of the matches, as long as everybody showed up. And let's face it, not everybody's showing up. So we will go through the roster here in a little bit. I was about to start going through it, but let's give here's a quick rundown heading into the show. I'll just give you the update of who's still alive in each group. Lead Best group, like we talked about, Kale and Danucci fighting it out. Kale with 9, Danucci with 5, comes down to their match tomorrow night. Narcotic group, Black is clinched. Diamond has 5 points, still alive. Sector with 12.
Tarek might.
She's not.
She's not alive, you don't think?
No, because there's no way she's going to be able to get wild card.
Wild card?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she had a no-show, right?
Exactly. She's at -2.
That's why I eliminated her, okay.
Yep. Omar group, Sector clean sweep is at 12. Stevens, America, and LaRue. Probably America and LaRue are probably eliminated, to be honest with you, even if America wins. Stevens still has a shot at the wild card, but obviously Sector, the big one there going through. Splinter group, nobody's clinched yet. It's going to come down to Keller and FaZe to clinch. Fury and Jace, you might as well eliminate them. They're donezo with 1 point.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if they could maybe grab a wild card, but...
No, because Jace only has 1 match left. And Matthew Fury, the junior, only has 1 match left. So most they're going to get is 4, and then it's going to get you into the wild card. What get you in the wild card, you're going to have 8, probably, it's looking like.
Yeah, so it's looking, because Max
you got Diamond, Stevens, Danucci.
Oh, Max could have 12. He would have 4.
Keller or FaZe might be the wild card. It all depends. It all depends.
Yeah.
That Fury match is huge. So we coming down. We have 2 weeks left of the LBI, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You probably got 6 people still fighting for spots with only 2 clinched. So that's good stuff. Because next week is the one show. Is 1 versus 2s. Obviously, the one is Scotty Wood versus Black. Isn't going to happen now. But you got FaZe and Keller. Awesome. Jace and Witness. You can take. Jace gets to win there. You remember Witness is out, so you might as well tally-ize that one, buddy old pal.
Oh, that's right. So Witness is out.
Yeah, and then you got Stevens in America, which is going to be good. FaZe and Keller, and then Tara and Sam. Sam might be fired by then. Who knows with that douchebag. I don't know what the fuck he's going on.
Yeah, don't get me started on this whole...
Well, we're going to talk about that, but not in this segment.
Okay, I'll save it.
Yeah, and then So that gives me my great show is now because of Witness and Scotty, we lose 2 big boy matches there. So we'll have probably some feud, heat, magnetic type matches to set up possible Marks of Glory matches with guys that we know aren't going to advance. So we got some stuff to play off of. Now, obviously, that leads right into the beginning of the March Madness, March 4th. Now, when you guys look at the schedule and it says Group Winner 3 and Group Winner 4, those are the seeds. The 4 group winners are going to be seeded. The one with the obviously, you got Black and Sector are at 12 points apiece. The tiebreaker with them will be RP average. So Black,
Keller and Kale could have 12 points.
well, right,
too.
but I'm just saying if they're tied, it'll be the tiebreaker will be the RP score. So you'll have, so let's say Black's the number 3. Black would face the top seeded wild card, and it goes from there. The top 2 seeded group winners obviously get a bye, and they won't wrestle again until March 11th, where they face the winners of the wild card matchup. So all good stuff there. We'll hold off any roster comments till the next segment. So, big week, big 2 weeks, but we got some big boy matches. FaZe, Fury, Danucci, Kale, that's huge. And then obviously if FaZe pulls off the win, then it's all about FaZe and Keller. And that will probably be for the LSD title if FaZe retains. You better believe I'm going to let Keller get an LSD title shot. So if I was Keller, do you root for your boy to bring it home or have FaZe maybe win so you might get the LSD title shot? The emotions of being in the Best Alliance, where we really don't give a fuck about each other, but we are great as a group. It's always been an alliance. It's not like a stable. It's business associates. And what's good for business is making Lee happy. And if I'm happy, I make it easy for you. I want the LSD title in my group and off that part-time douchebag phase with the pretty poser. Speaking of part-time douchebags, there's one on my TV. I will admit, I was a sheep no more, hashtag. But I gave WWE one final shot because I heard about Taker being too banged up to go to Mania. So I'm really gave him one more shot to let Punk get in the WrestleMania main event. With that, we're going to take a quick break, and we will come back right after I am thoroughly destroyed and emotionally kicked in the balls by the WWE for the final time. We'll be right back, folks.